morning, and thank you guys for joining me this fantastic Friday morning. Happy Friday. I hope everyone is having or has had a fantastic day out there. I'm going to give people a few seconds to get signed in. Alrighty. And this morning, I'd like to talk about happiness on Friday. But, I think a lot of happiness that we talk of is also our our level of fulfillment with our lives. When we're honoring a certain purpose in our lives, and we're talking about being a high value man. And you hear that word thrown around all the time, high value man. And a lot of times people have misunderstood or misunderstand what what a high value person, right, is supposed to be. And one of my favorite quotes on value is a quote I read a long time ago from Albert Einstein that says, "Try not to be a man of try not to be a man of success, but rather become a man of value." Okay. So in essence, what is value when we talk about a high value man? Because in our world right now, a lot of people like to equate value with money, and your being valuable has nothing to do with your money. Okay. It just so happens that a lot of people who are high value, if you will have some money, but it has nothing to do with money by itself. Okay. Your value has nothing to do with what you actually give to people, but what you actually put in people, what you give to the world. Your value has little to do with your money that you have for yourself, but what you have in value to the world. How do you impact the world is what determines your value. I learned this very important thing about value. And the thing I learned is that a man's true value is best calculated when he's dead. Because when you're dead, you no longer have the money to distract people. You no longer have the fancy cars, the nice clothes. You no longer have any of those things. And the only thing that matters at that point, right, is how did your life improve the lives of people around you, especially people who were not necessarily connected to you. Your value doesn't increase because you treat your children or your wife well. Okay? Your value increases in how you benefit the world around you as a whole. And the more you can add value, especially to those people who are not directly connected to you, the more you can improve their lives, the more you become an asset, if you will, to them, the higher your value, if you will. All right? My dad taught me this about value when I was a child. He said, the true measure of a gentleman is one who puts more into the world than he takes out. Look at yourself and ask yourself, what do I put into the world? How does my having existed, right? How has my existence improved the world, improved the lives of people in this world, right, around me, improve the lives of people who, in a lot of ways, in other words, I don't benefit from, not directly at least, people who really haven't necessarily given you anything or as much, right? How have you improved their lives? How many people, can say that because of you, their lives are better simply because of you and what you did? And going back to the whole money part, because that is where, when you raise your value, is when you invest in yourself mentally, physically, intellectually, spiritually, socially, to where you become so valuable, so much more impactful, that then bleeds over and raises the value of everyone that comes into contact with your vibration. That's value. That's value. But here's the beautiful thing about true value. And I said people don't usually realize the value of a person until they're dead. The truth is, your true value sometimes rises when you die. It's almost like a piece of art, from Picasso or something like that, or whatever artist or a musician. A lot of times people realize it's beautiful music or beautiful art when they're alive. But then they really realize how valuable it is when that person dies, because they realize that was a one of a kind. That person was so valuable that everything they touched or did then gets re-evaluated and realize how much of an asset that person was. How great of a painter, when they look around and say, well, there's got to be another Picasso. There's got to be another Michael Jackson. There's got to be another Bob Marley. And when you scan, you realize, oh, no, there isn't. That's when that value goes up. What value do you bring to the world? Because that's what determines whether or not you're a high value person. Not the size of your house, not the size of your car, not how beautiful you are, not what kind of nice clothes you wear. Okay, not the amount of zeros in your bank account. Because let's get something straight. A high value person, if it was just about money, gun runners have a lot of money. People who engage in human trafficking, they make a lot of money. Pimps make a lot of money. Drug dealers make a lot of money, but they're not high value people. Because what they're bringing to the world does not improve the lives of the people around them. Okay? It doesn't. So what is your value? And are you truly a high value person? And if you're not, are you investing in yourself so that you can increase your value, increase your impact, and therefore increase and improve the lives of the people around you? Because this happiness that you seek, that's one of the best forms of it. When you know that your life has impact, when you know that you are valuable, because all of us want to be valuable. There is no better feeling in this world than to look at your life and know that your life has meaning, purpose, and value. Because no one will ever be able to take that from you. And once you have that, you have a certain amount of fulfillment. When you wake up every single day, every day is a great day, and I will tell you guys this. First of all, I want to thank a lot of people who follow me, because a lot of you have given me the greatest gift that I could ever have. And that's the gift of knowing my value. In seeing people's lives who I've never met improve, in getting a message. I always say this, one of the greatest messages that I can get, all right, on a daily basis is when I open up my inbox, and I see these 3 words: because of you. Because of you, I was able to, get off of medication. Because of you, I was finally able to, get myself back in order. I was able to live a better. Because of you, I was in a depression, and you helped me gain perspective. Because of you. That is one of the most powerful tools, one of the most powerful sayings, that lights a fire under me. Because I look at myself and I say, wow, I'm sitting all the way over here, and I impacted that person's life. But, my dad taught me about ripples, right? He says a lot of times when people throw a rock, right, all they focus on is the splash, okay? But they don't realize that every rock you throw, when that splash happens, it ripples out for wider than you can ever see. It touches a lot of people, all right? He says, but be very careful about the rocks you throw, because when they ripple out at some point in time, they will ripple right back. And that's the energy that you're putting back out into this world. And when you put out good energy and it ripples out, it touches, it impacts, it changes, it shapes, it warps, good, bad, or indifferent. but then it comes back. And it may touch you. It may change you, and it may warp you. It may warp someone close to you, right? But if you're someone of value and you're putting more into the world positively than you're taking out, you don't have to worry about those ripples. You welcome the ripples because you know that you're increasing value, your value, and the value of everyone around you. So take a very good close look at yourself, right? Are you a high value person? And if not, what are you doing on a daily basis to work on that value? And I remember I did that talk about we're all a $5 block of iron. That's all we start out as, especially as a man. Start out as a $5 block of iron. As a man, you don't have really any inherent value, you know? I mean, it's nice to be good looking, but that's not really a valuable thing as a man, right? What is actually valuable as a man is what can you do? What can you bring? How can you impact, right? And in order to bring more, in order to do more, in order to be more impactful, you have to invest in yourself. You have to raise your value. And the more that you invest in yourself and the more you raise your value, the more valuable you become to the people around you. And that is what will make you high value. And you don't have to ask whether or not someone is high value, because that person is held in high regard by other people who are of value in themselves, because they will recognize your value. Your impact will be undeniable. The benefit of having you around will be felt far and wide. Okay? So when we talk about high value men or people, that is what value is. How is your being around make anyone better? And what exactly do we lose if you're not? Because if all it is money, if all it is good looks, then maybe you want to work on that value a little bit more. And don't let the world fool you to think that the world's measure of what success is these days is value. No. It's just importance, maybe a little fame, notoriety, but actual value, you have to actually be making lives better. You have to actually be impacting people in a positive way, influencing people and moving them in a particular direction. And once again, you know, money and looks are great. All right? But money can be lost. Looks can fade. Value always increases. It compounds. Focus on being valuable, not just important or successful, not just popular, actually valuable. And that value, once again, will be reflected in the people around you, because those people will be able to point to things in their lives, situations in their lives, improvements in their lives that can be directly attributed to your energy, your knowledge, your presence, your influence. Your value is determined by the people that you make valuable, not just yourself. Right? So anyway, that's all I have for this Friday. Something to think about, you know. Like I said, it brings a smile to my face sometimes, and to realize, and like I said, I'm very thankful to the people who follow me, because I should say I'm grateful, because everybody doesn't have the luxury of knowing the value that they bring. And I take it as a responsibility to continue to increase my value so that I can continue to be more impactful. I can continue to chase the purpose that I believe I have in improving people's lives. All right? So, anyway, I'm glad you caught me too, Latoya. What's happening? There you go. Hey, Katie Pope. Hey, Beverly. What's happening? All right. Once again, I'm going to be doing more and more lives here on YouTube. There'll be some on Facebook as well, but we're going to be switching off to YouTube. Instagram, we're, you know, Instagram is what it is. I'll post some clips there, but if you want to catch me here, I'm still trying to figure out the whole, honestly, full transparency. I'm still trying to figure out the whole YouTube thing. So within the next couple of days or so, I will figure out how to be able to actually leave to schedule so you guys can see what time I'm going to be coming on. What's happening, Don Marshall? Here's Siri. What's happening? Thank you so much, Siri. I'm not. Yeah, Siri. What's happening? Exactly. It's not about money. It's about the love, and not just respect, but kindness. You know, compassion, genuine care for people. All right, genuine care for people. You have to genuinely care about people to be a valuable person. Okay, your intentions have to be about the betterment of the people around you. You don't have to worry about money. You don't have to worry. All those other things come when you spend enough time investing in yourself. Right. I was just talking to somebody about this yesterday. I was like, if first of all, whatever you're doing in life, make sure it's something you love, because you cannot really master or invest yourself in something you don't really love, right? My dad told me, he says, whatever you do in life, if you find something that you're willing to do, and he said, first of all, he said, do what you really love doing in life, okay? And how do you know you love doing it? He says, if you would be willing to do that thing in exchange for food and shelter for the rest of your life and nothing else, and you'll be glad to wake up and do that every single day, that's what you know is you're passionate about. That's what you love. He said, and if you do that well enough, you don't have to worry about money. Money will come, but that will not be the most important thing. The most important thing is you will be so wrapped up in what it is that you do, because you're going to love it. And the more you do it, the better you get. You're going to love it even more. And he said that part is the most fulfilling part. He says, because when you're about to die, you will not count how much money you made, but how much you loved what you did for your life, and how much what you did for your life mattered, not only to you, but to other people, because that is going to be the pay. That is what's going to be, he said, that is what's going to make your deathbed softer. And when when I heard that as a child, I didn't really understand it so much. But as you get older, right, and I always say, when you compare and contrast, I've done, I've been in another career before where, as a financial advisor or quote unquote stockbroker, you make a lot of money. But the love, the fulfillment you get out of that, for me, to each his own. If that's what somebody else does and they're happy doing that, that's what your purpose is, go for it. But I didn't have that level of, that feeling about that, right? As opposed to the feeling I get from what I do now. Because I would literally do what I do now, right, if I could get food and shelter. And that's why I know it's something that is my purpose. I'm passionate about it, and I wake up every single day, and I'm grateful that you guys give me the opportunity to do that, and you bless me with the knowledge that it is appreciated. Okay. Nope, money can't make you happy. I mean, don't get me wrong, money's great. Money buys you a lot of conveniences, money buys you a lot of great things, but your life should not be about money. your life should not be about money. If that's the end all be all for your life, then you probably want to recalibrate, because there's a lot of things that's going to offer you money, but are going to rob you of a lot of things, and a lot of things that rob you of your humanity, your dignity, your integrity, a lot of times. And I never want to be in a position where I trade that. All right. Thank you so much, Lucretia. Anyway, happy Friday, guys. Take it easy. And like I said, once I figure out this whole scheduling thing, then I'm gonna figure out this weekend, and I'll have a hard schedule that I'll put out so you guys will know exactly when I'm gonna be on YouTube, and I'll put reminders up on Instagram and Facebook as well. But I'll put a schedule up so you guys will be able to see that, and hopefully we'll get more people join, and then there we go. All right, later.